we had a timetable, and we pretty much stuck to the whole way. So it worked out well. We wanted to get him in as soon as possible, and Sunday we just made it. Once I got on Facebook, you know, people came from all over, not only Amityville, but the whole island. We started Friday with about 40 volunteers, and we finished up about a half hour before the owner came here, Pete.
Oh boy, I want my wife to see you. Hello, Pete. My wife is in the hospital. Thank you. Peter! Welcome home.
Grandpa. He loves all of you too. My grandmother sends her thanks and her appreciation for everything that everybody has done, and she wishes she could be here.
It's fun getting old. You find an awful lot of nice people in this world. I'm so happy. I really am.
We were completely overwhelmed. As a family, it would have taken us months to accomplish what they've done in 1 week. And really, not just giving them their home back, but their lives. To be homeless at this stage in their lives, they really have given us back our family and you know, there's no place like home, right?
Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, I was watching TV and I saw the news report of Peter sitting huddled by his fireplace. I was so moved, I reached out and I was able to get the information of the neighbors who were taking care of him, Pat and Larry.
And you know, he came in here Friday and he said, this is inconceivable. He said, we're going to build him a new house. All right?
It effectively is a new house. There is nothing in the house really that is original. It's handicap accessible for Pete's wife. There's a new bathroom, all new appliances, new kitchen, new floors, new doors, new fixtures, new heat, new boiler, you name it. It effectively was an extreme makeover, but it was really made possible by everybody here and everybody putting in. I'm just the facilitator, so it's a great honor to have met people like Larry and Pat and everybody else, and of course to have met Peter. So enjoy your house, Pete.
Do it again next week, right? Do it again next week.
Yeah, yeah. The Beachwood organization who does this, you know, does this for a living. So they knew we have to, you know, wire the walls, then we do all the plumbing before we close the walls up. We sheetrock, spackle, you know, finish coat tiles, all that stuff like that. And then big job moving everything back in, shopping for furniture. It was a challenge, but a lot of fun.
Boy, my wife sees this.
What do you think, Pete?
She's going to flip.
Where's he going?
Pete.
Sunday we had a meeting. Patty's house across the street was the first meeting, and we basically sat around the round table and discussed what was going to be the process of execution for all the different rooms.
Beautiful. Isn't it wonderful? My goodness. Looks like a different place. It really does. Looks like a different place. But
Who was in charge of what room, how we were going to get furniture, what needed to be either purchased or donated to fill up each room. Monday through Friday, Beachwood primarily did what they had to do. You know, from the subfloors to the plumbing, the electrical, the insulating, the drying, the treating, all of the drywall, spackling, sanding, priming, painting, to door jambs, moldings, the electrical trim out, laying down the new floors, laying down the new carpets, which took place on Friday. So over that week, it was just a culmination of all the different trades getting together and making that happen.
Okay, come look at your bathroom.
Beautiful.
You can get the,
Oh, when my wife sees this, she's gonna flip. Right, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, she can get under with the chair.
Saturday, which was yesterday, put another full day in cleaning up, getting everything kind of where it needed to be, kind of punch list items, making sure everything was where it had to be, getting things cleaned up, getting more things thrown away. And then this morning, Sunday morning, the same thing all over again. Making sure the floors were clean, furniture was pledged, the carpets were vacuumed, all of the canned goods and the food were in the refrigerator, in the cabinets. Just making sure that when Pete walked in the door for the reveal that, for the most part, things were where they had to be.
I could never do all this myself. It's impossible. I thought I was in a different house, let me say that. I'm glad that the volunteers all volunteered and everybody did something. But when it all got together, it looked really great.
It was totally genuine. He was just overwhelmed and, you know, just happy. I know he wants to be here with his wife, and hopefully in the upcoming weeks she'll be well enough to come home.
Boy, she's going to be surprised, really surprised. I think she'll break down and cry too. That she'll do. I did it. Oh yeah, it was very emotional.
I'm Ed Johnson. I'm a trustee in the village of Amityville. And I had gotten a phone call from a good friend of mine who used to dock his boat behind Pete's house as to what was going on here. And I called Pat, came down this morning. I was so impressed with how neighbors got together, neighbors who were all flooded out themselves, got together and put Pete's house back together. It's just, it brought tears to my eyes.
This is what Amityville is about. Whenever there's problems, disasters, calamities, whatever, people always band together. That's what happens in Amityville. We're just getting done with the cleanup, and he's got a brand new house already, so that's pretty quick service. And we do thank the Beachwood organization for their efforts, because they're the ones, obviously, that did all the work in the inside of the house.
It's amazing. It is just amazing. To the furnishings, to the Christmas decorations, it is just, it's breathtaking.
For me, this is a gift. I mean, a wonderful, knowing that they're safe and knowing that they have a safe place and a warm home, a cozy home that they can be in until the end of their days is priceless to me. It's, I'm so grateful. Patty called me Thanksgiving morning after the Fox 5 News broadcast, and we had a little scream fest of happiness when she told me that they were putting together this, this volunteer, organizing everybody to help, and that Beachwood had come forward and said that they were going to redo the house. And after I finished screaming and laughing and carrying on and hugging everybody in my house, I cried because it was very emotional. I had actually bought a plane ticket 2 weeks before, a week and a half, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving to come up the weekend of Thanksgiving. And when I got here, Larry had already organized a whole bunch of people. And by the time I arrived on Friday, the house was just empty. All of their possessions being, strewn all over the backyard and the front yard. They were working on pulling up the floors, and it was overwhelming. It was so, in several ways. I was obviously so happy to see my grandfather after worrying about him. And I was equally happy to see my grandmother when I went to see her at the hospital. This is the home that they've lived in my entire life. And it was hard to see it like that for him. And at the same time, extremely gratifying to see all of these people who came from all over the place to help. And a lot of the people didn't even know my grandparents. They either found out about it on Facebook or whatever. And so it was wonderful, just wonderful.
The people who donated their time who they themselves are in the exact same boat. They lost their homes. They have no electric still. They have just studded out walls, a complete rip out, and they've been living that way for 3 weeks now. They left their homes to come here to help Ann and Pete get themselves back on track. That's tremendous, tremendous. So it's been a great experience.
They did a wonderful job, very wonderful. I would look for a word that was better than thank you, and I would tell them that word. But I thanked them very much. This was the most exciting and overwhelming experience I've ever had in my whole life. And that's 95 years and 2 months. I think that all my neighbors and everybody are the coolest in all of Amityville, because they all were wonderful to me. And they did a wonderful job helping me out and giving me more courage to go on ahead and everything else. Everybody and everyone that came and helped and did something. I can't say any more than thank you. Pray to God and He'll straighten everything out for you. And I did pray a lot to God, and believe me, He straightened it out better than I thought He ever would. He said, have faith in God and have faith in the people that are trying to help you. That's about it.
In the end, Peter and Ann got their home back in time for the holidays with warmth and love from the community. It took exactly a week for over 30 volunteers to rebuild the house. A truly outstanding feat. As Peter said, there isn't a word in the dictionary which describes the kindness and well-heartedness of these people. They're all truly outstanding men and women who've shown the power of volunteering.
I lived here 46 years, and the water never came in this house.
When I came home from the hospital and rehabilitation, I didn't recognize anything. I could not believe what a beautiful job they did. No words can express my gratitude. Even though I'm 93, the lifespan, whatever it is, will always remain with me. For complete gratitude for all of these wonderful people. Thank you again.
And they did a real wonderful job. What else could I say?
When you look around the house, it's hard to believe that Sandy could have done so much devastation. It was really amazing what they have done. I want to thank the Beachwood organization and all the many volunteers who did a beautiful job in the restoration of this house that was completely disaster. We would not be here if it had not been for the concentrated effort of all the volunteers that made this possible. And again, I thank them very, very much. No words can say thank you enough. But if there were any words that express gratitude, I wish I could find them in the dictionary, but there aren't any. So please accept my sincere thank you again for everything that you have done to make this possible. Thank you.